Welcome back to TechTrie. So in the previous video, we have already discussed how popular is the Python programming language, and according to the PYPL index, people are searching Python and 31% of the programmers has already using this Python. So other than this, there are other features as well, and that is why you would be wondering to learn Python. So Python is currently the most widely used multi-purpose high-level programming language. Multi-purpose. What is multi-purpose? Multi-purpose means you can use Python programming as in many scenario and many solutions. You can do data analytics, you can do database programming, you can do automation programming, you can use in cloud computing, you can use it in artificial intelligence, you can do a software development, you can do an web development, you can do a mobile programming development. So there are a lot of aspects of programming like web development, mobile app development, then desktop applications, and then cloud environment. So everywhere around there is a community, there is a library of Python that you can use it easily, and it is widely popular for its machine learning and artificial intelligence library support and other database support, and also nowadays for automations, operating system automations, Python is being widely used. Also, it supports both object-oriented programming and then procedural paradigms. So there are multiple paradigms in the programming language like functional paradigm, procedural paradigm, object-oriented paradigm. So by Python, both the paradigms are supported, and object-oriented programming has some pros, has some cons, and then procedural paradigms has some pros, has some cons. So whenever this language both supports, like Java is an object-oriented programming. You cannot do the procedural oriented paradigms, you cannot just swiftly use that procedural advantages of Java, but for Python you can use the object oriented part also, you can use the procedural paradigms also. So in our Python Tyro course, we will be jumping with what is procedural paradigms, and we will be mostly using procedural paradigms. Once all the concepts are covered, we will be slowly jumping into the object oriented programming, which is most popular and which actually creates the robustness of your code. So we'll be discussing about what is object oriented and how you can implement the object, classes, polymorphism, and everything inheritance with Python only, and how you can develop a software in a real world scenario. Also, Python has a very easy syntax. You can easily pick up skills from object oriented or procedural oriented. If you want to learn recursion, if you want to learn function, if you want to learn list, arrays, anything, the syntax is very simple, and it is very near to English, and you can easily pick up the skills. And mostly people are using artificial intelligence, data science programming, because they are using minimal lines of codes, and it helps to maintain your code whenever you are making some big softwares and thousands lines of codes. Minimal lines of codes are just helping you to point out the scenario and point out the classes, point out the links, and you can easily maintain it. As there is a lot of supports and community popularity of Python, there is a vast community support with rich library. So there are open source libraries, there are people already working in the research labs, in the industries, people are developing the libraries, whatever in the business case scenario. You can do web scraping, we can do data science, whatever whatever you want to process. If you want to process an Excel sheet, you can get a library. If you want to process just a notepad sheet or a CSV file, you have a library. If you want to process JSONs, you have a library. So, and also some automation infrastructure as a code or configuration management codes are based on the Python, like Ansible frameworks. So it is based on the Python. In the underlying, whenever you are learning new skill, if you are picking up new skill like Terraform and Ansible, in the backend they are using as a Python syntax and Python like syntaxes. So it is very much used. That is why the tech giants like Facebook, Google, Amazon is already using it. And you can, as I told you, you can do a machine learning, web development, cloud automation, mobile app development, desktop applications, and whatnot. So let's start with our Python journey. I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for your time.